Today is September 27th, 2016. I'm going to do my weekly update for the garden here. I think last time I did a video, the temperatures were, in the 90s. But today the high was about 80. And at night it's been getting down to as low as 52. So that's quite a change differential that we've been seeing in the last week. We got some more rain, and we've also had a whole bunch of yellow squash. And here, let's look at the garden real quick, and I'll talk as we go, okay? Here we go. So, as you can see, some of these potatoes are doing good, and these two, very disappointing. But here, this is amazing. There's even some flowers on the watermelon now. So I don't know what to make of that. It seems very late in the year for watermelon, but these two potatoes are looking very good. So by Thanksgiving or Christmas, I expect a lot of potatoes, actually. Now look, the sun is kind of low. It's about it's past 6:30 p.m. But look at these flowers. Look how beautiful they are. The setting sun, I don't know if it's showing. Looks like we're going to have a ton of flowers from this little plant. So look at that. I'm amazed. Oh, look at that. Oh. So we got a tomato there. We got some we need to pick from down there. So anyway, that's nice. Again, some very nice flowers. Now, this yellow squash, I don't know what to make of this. That doesn't look good. But I've had it, I've had about 10 squash already off of this plant, and I've given away a whole bunch, and I think I have 3 inside right now. But I'm very pleased, and you can see all the new flowers coming on. So there's going to be a whole bunch more squash if it keeps going. Now these cucumbers, I've picked a few, and there's still at least a few on here. There's some flowers, but actually I thought it would have a lot more but look at all those flowers. So I should get a lot. You see that one down there? Boom. That one actually could be picked, and maybe I'll pick it today. And the okra, wow. You see that? This okra is actually very bountiful at the moment. And what I will do is I actually freeze a lot of the okra, and I'll use it when it's winter and put it in soups and stuff. Otherwise I microwave it and just eat it with a little bit of butter and salt, and it's very nice. So the okra's doing well. And look, you see all the tomatoes coming on? Look at that. So here in a couple of weeks, and even now, you see that tomato? And all the green tomatoes. So the second, third crop of tomatoes. But they're sure coming. You see that? And that one's turning. So very, very, very proud of the tomatoes. And I've got this gate open. Now, I did plant out the basil, some of this basil. You can see it doesn't look that healthy because it's been in the greenhouse in a little cup the last months. So we'll see. This may actually really become beautiful. So you can see the couple days ago I pulled up the collard greens, and I'll compost though. That'll be great compost. But all through here, in fact, it looks like something's been in pulling out. How do you like these birds pulling out my onions? So what I've done is I've planted onions and garlic. Again, I had some of my onions didn't grow that big, but look at that. What is this? Why isn't that covered? Something's been digging in here. Let me just plant this one back. So that's kind of funny. So all through here, I added some 1313 fertilizer to the dirt, and I dug it in, and then I came back through, and all this area here I planted garlic about every 4 to 6 inches apart, and I had some small onions. Now I actually buried the onions because I'm going to leave them out all winter, I think. So you can see in here, you can't see much, but this little area should be really neat next spring. I've got the peppers. Can you see all those peppers down there? There are peppers, peppers, peppers. And again, this cucumber, I don't know why. Look at that. That doesn't look good. Something's attacked this vine, I think. That's not good. But I did get at least one cucumber off the vines already. I mean, these vines. And I got a couple little cucumbers coming on. But I don't like to see this. That's not good. Well, Lord bless these cucumbers. So, now again, some of these onions I just left in. And you see this onion right here? It's resprouting. So it fell over once, and then I just left it, now it's starting to grow again. Now these onions are above ground. That's normally how you see onions planted. But if I'm going to try and leave them out all winter, I think they should be covered by at least leaves. So anyway, these tomatoes are, there's a lot of green tomatoes in there. We'll see how this goes. Now this plot here, this used to be bush beans, this whole area right in here. And what I did is I just dug the beans and the roots into the dirt, and then I covered it, and then I've thrown mustard seed all through here. In fact, tons of it. I mean, well, not tons, but lots. So we'll see in a week. We'll see if the mustard is established. And then next spring, you know, maybe once it starts to get a little bit warm, I'll turn this in, and then a month later I will plant something in here. So the mustard is going to be a green manure. And you can see those pole beans that are on the ground there. I haven't dug those in yet. And the goal is, once they stop producing, because they're still producing, you see those up in the trees? Here, let me step across here. You see that? Those guys are ready to be picked, but look how big those are. And you see that smaller one? So the bigger ones and the smaller ones, this smaller one, I'll leave those, but the bigger ones I'll pick. Maybe tomorrow. I don't think, well, whenever, when I get around to them. But the next day or so, maybe tonight, but I don't think so. And we still got some pole beans here. But so that's it. That's a garden update. And here's some peppers. I've picked a few peppers this week. And I don't know if you can see this guy, but I've been picking tomatoes. I haven't picked any tomatoes today. That's how come as I'm going around the garden, we're seeing tomatoes that need to get picked. So, and overnight that'll get redder. Okay, that's pretty much the main thing I wanted to show you and talk to you about is if you haven't planted garlic, get on with it. This is the time to plant garlic. And then it'll grow all winter. And when you do plant it, yeah, you know, garlic and onions, I understand, are heavy feeders. So give it something, you know, that it can feed on. Either some organic manure type stuff, or in my case, I added some 13-13-13 fertilizer too. Okay, and I'll keep an eye on this when it starts to come up. I have some other stuff, some organic fertilizer that I'll put on top of it, I think. But I don't think it'll last that much. I mean, I don't know how long the organic fertilizer will last in the soil, but this other fertilizer, you know, is supposed to be some time before it all gets broken down. Okay. That's pretty, and the leeks, last week I couldn't think of what those were called. You can see the leeks are coming along. Okay, love you guys. I hope you guys are able to get out and plant some garlic somewhere. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.